Well, good afternoon. This is Rory Nelson, your Walking in Victory man with the Victory Tip of the Week. I normally like to do these on Monday, but I got a little behind, so I wanted to talk to you about what's called refinement. I want to tell some of you right now that you are not going through a season where you have to redefine yourself. I believe personally that the season you're in right now is called refinement. Now, let me explain to you what refinement means. Refinement is the process of removing impurities or unwanted elements from a substance. So here's what's happening. When you're going through the period of refinement, that means that things that are unwanted in your life, it's time to say goodbye to them. It's time to say hello to the new you. Now, the trouble with refinement is that it can be, number one, at first glance, it can be confusing. Let me give you an example. Whenever silver is going through a point of purification, what happens is heat has to be applied to the silver in order for it to become or to remove the impurities that are present. So what happens is during the process of purification, while the silver is being refined, it will produce a black dross on it. So that's confusing because you would think that if you were drawing out impurities to make the silver more refined, that it will come out nice and shiny. So during your time of refinement, you will be confused sometimes because there are things that will spring up inside of you. In order to know what you need to get rid of, sometimes things that are inside of you internally have to come to the surface and present themselves to you in order for you to realize what's there that you need to get rid of. So number one, refinement can be a little confusing. Number two, it's a time of rediscovery. So two things will be rediscovered during refinement, okay? Number one, those things in your life that you need to get rid of, they will present themselves. That's an indication of what's still there that you need to let go of. So the other thing that you will discover is really, I don't say discover, but it's rediscovery. You will go through this point in time where there are dreams, gifts, and talents that have been lying dormant inside of you that you dreamed about years ago. There are gifts and talents in you that you haven't used in years, and now is the time for you to bring those things to fruition and begin to go to the next dimension of power and glory and victory in your life. So number one, at first glance, refinement can be confusing. Number two, it's a time of rediscovery. Number three, it's a time of new excitement. Anything that's worth rediscovering in your life ought to bring some excitement to you. And number four, refinement is designed to produce the greater version of yourself. So in this time of refinement, and remember, I did say this was not a time frame for you to reinvent yourself. No. It is a time of refinement. In other words, it is a time of repurification. It's a time where all of the elements of life that have been sitting on you, that have been drowning out the success that you know you're able to achieve, it's a time where those things have to be brought out to the surface, realized, and then put to the side and let go. So today, my brother, my sister, I want to encourage you to know that where you are now is a period of refinement. Don't let the black dross or don't let the residue of yesterday fool you. That residue is there because the next part of that refinement is what we call the polishing stage. So it may be a little confusing right now. Where you are may be a little hot. But at this point, I want to encourage you that the polishing is on its way. Now, I have to go. I want you to endure this process and know that at the end of the road, your refinement is here and the better version of you is being produced. So say these words with me. Come in close. I will. I can. I have to have success and I have to walk in victory.
A house or a lap?